Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Kevin Maloney. I am working on the Tempest team with my fellow classmates from Game Design 12, and yeah, welcome back to Tempest. There's been two passes of this map since my last video, but I can cover all the changes economically at once. So when I go through something that I've changed, if it's been tweaked, on the second pass, I'll mention it and talk about why I made some of the decisions that I made and where we're at with everything. So, jumping right in here. First thing that I did, this cart path used to be straight, and I will put a curve in here and a couple of big blue containers because I just didn't want it to come into like a total sniper show and also give some players some incomplete information. So I may even bring this a little bit further this way, we'll see. I might have to bring this over because it's important that all players can get to the cart from all sides, so maybe this track needs to come out a little more. Probably does. But yeah, so put those containers in to disrupt the sight line and provide a little more incomplete information. So it just wasn't one boring straight run. Some of the other alternatives that have worked well on other maps that I looked into was terrain, making terrain, but well, that's not like super hard. Deforming the geos is something I don't have a lot of experience with, and got the same design goal accomplished with this. So right now, pretty happy with that solution, and it seems to be playing out okay. Also, the spawn has moved back. It also has a roof now. Actually, it's not shown here, but there is one now. But this cart path used to stop more around here. It now comes back farther. Um, the reason for that was just to give players a little more room to see and run to the next thing. Have a little open area before the next area of cover. Because my fear was that guys could stay in your cover and then pop out and spawn camp really easily, just by popping in and out of there. And like an NG little nest back there. It'd be doom. So I just wanted a little more open space just to keep things feeling a little more, keep things flowing well, and prevent spawn camping, or at least reduce it. Moving right along. Last time I showed you this ramp back here. That its goal is to get players up into this first balcony on building A. And there was a couple of problems with this. I thought before we tested, I just didn't like that that was the only way up. So the first thing that I added, I opened up the back of this building here. Well, it's actually here in this corner, and installed some stairs at the back. I like it because it gives another area that the players could strongly like to change the makeup of the defense, so it diversifies the defensive possibilities. Like an NG nest and some transporters back here would definitely be something Blue would have to deal with. And originally it was a little bit longer of a walk, but just for flow reasons, just to keep the action up and have players know where they were going next, and sort of keep the pacing of TF2, especially payload maps. And most of TF2, it's pretty fast. It's not like not a lot of long walks in pretty much any good multiplayer map. And that's sort of what was happening here. So I just moved it back about it's hard to say, probably about 4 of these cubes, so like 300 source units. I think those are in source feet, but no, source inches actually. Yeah, so anyways, all source units aside, moved it back about, yay, 4 of those squares. So that helped out a lot. And also, the issue when we're down here and you're attacking when you're Blue, the problem is to run all the way around back to get access up here seemed like a little much, and was making this choke point a little bit too sticky. And it broke flow more than anything. It's just like, oh, really? And that's not something you wanted to do, at least in my opinion and the opinion of our team. So added this ramp in to get you up top. Moving right along, was added into this area. It was just a catwalk sort of in the last one, but now the exit from building B is a ramp, zips around the corner. Bit of a room here, really open space. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I really like this area. I think it's excellent. I think the reason I like it a lot is because it's not that big, but there's a lot of room for players to run in and run out. So this will be a cool place for shootouts. A skilled player could hold people here for a bit, but there's still enough room to enough room to still have some strategy to battle in. And then that continues, and then onto the catwalk here, over to Dave's building B. So this was originally a lot more narrow in here, but just based on team play feedback, wanted to change that. And just for note, so far it's just been the team playing this white box, and but that's going to change. We just want to make sure that we've got all the real things that are glaring taken care of before we start doing some closed alpha testing, I guess you could call it. It's hard to say with the whole alpha and beta designation when it comes to making something like this. But anyways, that's a debate for another time. Stacked up here is just some crates to close things off and start to add a little bit of art direction here and there, because models are starting to pop up here and there, and people's map work just starting to sort of give the area a little bit of its feel before we start our art pass. And this right here is to prevent snipers from wandering back and forth, and just being able to stay scoped in and shoot down the line. Because if you have a large open space like that back and forth, like if that wasn't there, a decent sniper would just stay scoped in and would just be picking people off like mad. So we'll see. I might have to move this around, make it larger, who knows. It also would provide a little bit of cover for NGs to drop a transporter or something like that. So it's not a super defensible position, but it provides a little bit more defense, as well as preventing snipers from just making this into a shooting gallery. So I like it. It's just a pile of wood, but it solves a lot of design problems. So it's pretty cool, like that. So that is where B is at. Pardon me, that's where the first section's at, buildings A and B and the blue spawn. We'll see where things go next. The two things that I'm thinking is increasing this outcropping a bit to make things a little more defensible. And some people are concerned about how high these are, that it makes it too defensible. But we're really going to have to play test it, because when it starts to, the team can't form a consensus, and there's nothing glaring wrong with it, excuse me, then it looks like it's probably time to get into testing. So that's where we're at, and stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and feel free to drop us a line or whatnot, and give feedback. It's always appreciated. So thanks so much for everybody's time, and yeah, you'll have more updates from me in probably a week's time or less. Thank you very much.